Ellie, yeah, good seeing you this morning. Glad we could get to grips with the swing a little bit and certainly have a little bit of practice at what needs to be done. Just have a look at this this kind of follow-up swing, if you like, where we're hitting these wedges into the green. Where we're trying to kind of get this rotation, I beg your pardon, the full wrist hinge before we start rotating. If we just have a look at this top of the backswing position, have a look how keep a close eye on the head position. You can see that there's still just a little bit of lifting in there, and of course, even though you set some wrist hinge early, actually the wrists almost lose their hinge from there on in. So you can see there's still a huge amount of rotation through the shoulders, which is creating the lift, and still quite a lack of wrist hinge up at the top of the swing. So we still need to get some work on this, I think. Excuse me. Once you've had this initial wrist hinge, I think you've really got to try and feel in the backswing that you're incorporating even more wrist hinge as you go. So once you've had that initial set, you've got to try and increase the wrist hinge as you take the backswing. So as soon as the rotation kicks in, keep the wrist hinge going, because you can see you're effectively almost losing the wrist hinge up at the top of the backswing. And of course, as a result, the club, rather than being in this position and fairly or much nearer the plane line and much steeper, you can see as you start the downswing, it's still massively underneath the plane line, extremely flat, and of course, as we know from there, it's working out towards the ball, and of course the loss of height has to come in to try and get to the base of the ball. So of course we need much more wrist hinge in the backswing to create some steepness, and of course to keep you nearer to the ball. So at least we've good follow through, by the way, so starting to rotate nicely, starting to create some width into the follow through, much more comfortable looking follow through position. We just need to really get there. If we get that top of the backswing nailed, then you're in a great position, because essentially all you have to do is turn back through the shot and the ball just gets in the way. So yeah, we need much more wrist hinge in that backswing, and try and work on the basis that it's far less rotation, much more wristy, and then, as I said, keep your distance from the ball.